Hello lovelies, hello friends, hello family, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Anoa here, and as you can see, I have with me this multi-strand beaded bracelet. Yes, so let me put this on for you to see how it goes. Yes, so look at that. So this is how it looks around my wrists, and I love it. You don't need the same kind of beads. You can use larger beads. So these are 11 OC beads, and you can use the same color beads if you have. You can use larger beads. I mean, you don't need the same kind of beads like I said earlier. And the technique I used for this project is crochet. Okay, so when I say crochet, immediately you should know that you would need a crochet hook. Now I'm going to put a link in the description box, and it will be about a similar kind of project where I made a necklace, okay, with the same kind of beads but with a different technique. And another um, you know a link will be about a similar beaded bracelet or multi-strand beaded bracelet where I use different kind of beads with a different technique as well. Okay, so there will be two videos. I'll put in the link in the description box, so please check it out. Okay, so in case you don't have a hook, you would try to do the other ones as well. Okay, yeah, so let's continue with it. Yeah, so for the materials, kindly get your paper and pen and draft some few things out because there are quite many. I'll be mixing up 5 different bead colors together, and I think they are shades of pink except the bronze color here and the cream white here. Okay, so this is purple, and I think it falls between purple and pink, this one. So if you know the exact name, let me know in the comment section. Okay, and then also the pink color here. Now to move forward, I would also need this needle. Okay, this is a wide eye open needle and it's very flexible for this project. I'll need this for this project. And in case you know the name, let me know in the comment section as well. Okay, and then I'll need this thread as well. Now I'll be using the toggle and clasp for this project, and then my end cap, and then my jump rings, and then my long nose plier and curved nose plier. I'll also need my F6000 glue, my pair of scissors here, my beading mat in case I forget anything. I'm going to put it on your screens for you to read. Okay, so let's get going. Before I start with the project itself, you can see that there's a pink beads already on the bead mat. I would continue to add the rest of the colors, so I'm just taking a little bit of everything. Okay. I just have to mix them up like that. If you should ask me, there's no reason for this, but I feel like it's going to look nice with this kind of project. So let's see how it goes. And this is the purple. Then the cream white. See, I'm adding the cream white because at least it's going to make it a little brighter, you know, because all the colors are quite dark. Just a dash of it and put them together like that. Okay, like this. I'm doing this equally. I didn't measure, but I just want it this way. So you can do the same if you want. If you have different colors like this, you can mix them up, and then yeah. So let's go. Yeah, so the next thing to do is that you just have to with the help of the needle and your thread, you pick your, I hope this is understandable with what I've done. It's very simple, right? You just put the thread through the pin here, okay, and then you pick your beads. like so. So somebody may ask, what's the measurement? You are doing something very, very simple. So the measurement is, I mean, I think if you get about, say, 15 centimeters is fine. Yeah, like so. Very, very simple. I'll be back when I'm done with it. So this is the only ones I've been able to pick. I'll be back when I have about 10 to 15 centimeters. Yeah, so I'm done with picking the beads. So this is about 15 centimeters. And now we start with the real work. See, the combination is lovely, isn't it? Guys, you have to forgive me for the for the light, okay? I used to use the daylight a lot, and now it's getting to evening time, so please forgive me. And let's see what we can do. All right. Like so. And then I didn't show you, this is my 0.90 millimeter hook I'll be using for this project. Okay, so I'm going to make about 9 chains. Yeah, so this project is actually an advanced for advanced learners. Beginners can also learn, but I find it quite difficult with the crochet stuff. So if you're somebody who already knows how to crochet, this will be quite easier for you. Okay, so let's get going. So I'm making about 9 chains. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so from here I go through the very first stitch. I yarn over. So this is called yarning over. I pull through. I have 2 loops on the hook. Okay, then I pull through 2. So I'm going to use a single crochet for as a stitch for this first part here. So I yarn over again and I continue. No, I'm not doing double crochet. I go through the next chain from here. And then the next. And then the next. Yeah, so we are done with the very first row. Now with the second row, I'll continue from here. So I'm going to make about maybe 5 to 8 rows. Now this is a thread I'm using, not a yarn. I'll see if I'll find maybe a yarn next time to make it more clearer, because I know definitely this is going to be difficult for beginners, you know. So especially when you don't know how to crochet at all, it's going to be difficult, I know. So let's go ahead. So this is the second row I'm doing. And like I said, I'll be putting the link in the description box, so in case you find this difficult, you don't have to use a hook, or you don't have to start with a crochet. There are other methods to this project, okay? So yeah, I'm going to stop here and continue. I'll get back to you on the 8th row. Yeah, I'm done with my first crochet, which is this one. Now the second part is that I'm going to add the beads to the crochet I've done here. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to add 9 beads from the beginning, and the reason why I'm adding 9 beads is that the circumference is 9. Okay, so 3, 6, 9. And let's continue. Push 1 bead down, yarn over, go through 2, and then like that. It's very, very simple. Very simple. This is a technique for bead crochet as well, in case you want to learn that. Uh-oh, what am I doing? I missed this. The last one. Then you continue. So to continue, we're going to push 9 beads again to add. That's it. Continue with the row. So this technique is actually called a bead crochet technique. So in total, we're going to have 18 beads. Yeah, and 18 plus 7 is going to give us 25. So I'll be adding to 7 beads more. It's not because of the circumference or anything, but I want to have 25 beads in all on the, on the crochet here, the crochet piece here. So now we have 7 here. So I'm going to add 7 more beads. that's it. So if you should count, you have 25 beads in all. Yeah, so from here I just cut, and you don't cut everything off flat, okay? You need to secure this thread, because when you lose it, you're going to spoil your project. You're going to destroy your project. So you use the same needle that you pick the beads with, okay, to do this job. And then that's what I'll be doing. I just have to go through the whole project like that, go in and out, okay, to secure it. And from here you can cut the excess like that, and then leave it inside, because in any case you are going to cover it with a end cap here like that. So it's going to be like this. So I'm going to repeat the same thing, okay, and then get back to you. I'm going to repeat the same thing and get back to you. Welcome back, guys. So the bead crochet is all prepared. The next thing to do is that I'm going to make beaded fringes to join both bead crochets together, which I also call it the multi-stranded beads. So what I'm doing right now is that I have already attached my thread to the needle, and I'm going all the way down from the last bead to the very first bead. Yeah, so from here I'm going to pick 85 beads for every bead in the first row. So I have 85 beads here on the thread, and I'm going to connect it to the other bead crochet. Now this is the very first bead I attached to the crochet, so I'll go through that. Like so. Okay, and then I go through the next bead and also pick 85 beads and then connect to the next bead on the other side. I'm done with the second fringe, so I'll connect it to the next bead. Like that. Then you pull your thread gently. So like the other bead crochet, I'm going to go through the next bead, and I'm going to also make 85, or put 85 beads on the thread. Yeah, so you're going to go, or you're going to repeat until you finish the first. So now we are left with 7 beads on the first row until you finish with the remaining 7 beads. Sorry, I was off camera. All right, so what I'm trying to say is that you're going to, now we are left with 7 beads on the first row, which are, let's count. So this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so you're going to go bead by bead. You're going to go 85, or add 85 beads on the thread until you are done, and then I'll get back to you when we have to start with the second row. The first row of beads or fringes are done. As you can see, they look so lovely. Now with the second row, you can decide to you don't have to go bead by bead. What I mean is, for instance, the first row was like I made sure I didn't miss out, miss out any arrangements. Okay, so with the second row, you can decide to mix them up, and that is the beauty of the whole project. It should not be perfect. Okay, yes. So with the second row now, this is where the first row ends. Watch here. This is where it ends. Okay, so this is the second row, and I'm going to fringe every bead. So I have each bead crochet. This is the bead crochet. Okay, so each bead crochet has 25 beads. I'm going to fringe each and every bead 85 beads. I'm going to fringe. I don't know if you understand what I mean. So I'm going to put 85 beads whenever I have to come through every bead on the bead crochet. So for instance, I go through the first, this row, bead begins the first the second row. So I go through this, okay, and then I strand 85 beads. All right, yes. So it should not be perfect, like I said. Now whilst you climb, you realize that if you have to do 85, sorry, did I say 85 beads? If you have to do 85, I don't want to confuse you. If you have to do 85, maybe it's going to be a little shorter, so I would add one more bead too, so that it will be in the same length. So it's going to be 86 beads. All right, yes. So I'm going to put 86 beads because I'm climbing up. All right, and like I said, you don't have to go bead by bead. You can decide to leave some of the beads in between, okay, or you can decide to do, if you're following this pattern only, you can decide to leave some of the beads in between. You can decide to start with the third row, the second row. All depends on how you want it. It should not be a perfect bead, a perfect project. It should be a mixed up of everything, and that makes it beautiful, right? So let me continue. Now I would go through the next. Since my thread is going up like that, I would like to go through the next bead so that my project looks down like so I can connect it easily from here. Yeah, so the first fringe is done for row 2, and the beads are 86, so it's 85 plus 1. Okay, and the reason why I added 1 is that I'm on the second row and I want it to be on the same length. Yeah, so it's going to be on any bead from the second row. So this is the second row. All right, and so let's see, I would put it here. So this is actually starting the second row. This one here is actually starting the second row, but I would want to put it here. I just want it to be a mismatch. It should not be in the same position like the other bead crochet. Okay, yeah, so I'll just continue. It doesn't really matter, and it makes it beautiful. So just like the first row, how we added the fringe is going to repeat on the second row, like so. Okay, yeah, and it continues. So on the third row, I'll check if 86 beads is okay, or I would have to add 85 plus 2 beads, making 87 beads for the third row. Okay, so it's going to be like this. Okay, you don't have to it should not be the same position on both sides of the beads. All right, yes. So I'm going to see you when everything is done. I'll be going through all beads. You can decide to go through so the beads in general are, say, 25 on both sides. So it's going to be, I wouldn't even say 50, because it's just one fringe for both ends. Yes, so 25 beads in all. You can decide to do 20 or 15 or 10 depending on how you want it. Okay, so I'll get back to you when I'm done with all beads. Now let me show you this before I finish with the rest of the beads. If by any means your thread is getting finished, or you want to add a new thread, you need to secure the old one. Okay, so you go through some of the beads first. Let's say this is the third row, so maybe you go through the third beads or any kind of bead, okay, to secure it first. You are going to cover the side, so you don't have to be worried even if it looks messy. Okay, and then just, you know, so by so doing you are locking it up, and then you go through this crochet part here. Sorry for the sound, guys. Okay, to make sure it is well secured before you start, or you add a new one. Now to add a new one, you do the same process. Okay, you add it and you go through the crochet part here, and then you go through the beads one more time, and then you start from any bead you want to start from, any row you get to. So I'm still on the second row, and then I'll be adding a thread, and then I'll have to do the same process and come from any kind of bead or any bead from the second row. Okay, I hope you understood that. Yeah, and then anytime you cut it off, try not to cut the whole thread. Just leave a little bit like that, and then you continue with your work. Okay, so all 25 fringes are done, and the next thing to do is to put my end cap. So I'm going to do this with the help of the F6000. Yeah, so please watch how I apply the glue to the crochet and the bead cap. I have already finished with one, so I would do this one for you to see. Yeah, so all is done at this moment, and I'm going to leave this for the next 24 hours for the glue to hold properly. So I'll meet you later. Welcome back, guys. Yes, so the glue is very strong now, and at this point I'd like to attach the toggle and clasp to it. So I'll be using 4 jump rings to do this work. Now I'm finished with one end of the bracelet, so I'm going to repeat the same process on the other end, and this was made possible with the help of the long curved nose plier and the long nose plier. So I would open jump ring. Then I add another jump ring, and then close. Then I open this, the second jump ring, then attach my is this called the toggle or the clasp? Let me know in the comment section, guys. Yeah. Then I close. It's that simple, very, very easy. And this is the end of the project. This is it. This is just all it. And I can see that most of you are having ideas in case you watch this project or tutorial. You can add any kind of bead you want, whether big or large, and whether, you know, so many things. I know by now people are imagining what to do, what kind of beads to use, and this is only an idea I just put out there for you guys to know, to learn something from. So I'm so happy and excited that in the end it turned out to be more than I thought. So you see, it's not, so I was talking about something, I said it should not be perfect. Look at that, it's not really in line, and this makes it looks beautiful. It looks quite messy, but this is how the project should look like. You know what I mean? And this is just beautiful. You can use the same procedure to make even a necklace, or say reduce some beads and make anklets with it. I have not tried an anklet before, but I'm going to try it very, very soon and then share with you guys as well. Thank you so much for your time. And let me say this before I end. There are similar videos to this tutorial. I'll put a link in the description. It's not a crochet kind of tutorial. I didn't start with a crochet. I started with something else. So in case you don't know how to crochet, you can you know, check these videos and then learn something from there as well. And in the end, you may have something similar to this bracelet. Okay, so thank you so much. Please share, comment, like. I really like to know what you think about this project, and see you on my next tutorial. Have a nice time. Bye bye.